All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lesson 4.4. And what we're going to be working on tonight is adding mixed numbers. And this is going to be a nice continuation of adding fractions with or without like denominators like we've been talking about. And I have a guest, and I bet you'll never guess who's here to help me make a video.
I'm back.
He's back. So we got Ben again. You'll see him a little bit later in the video. All right, so let's dig right in here, Ben. So basically, this is pretty straightforward. If we add mixed numbers together, like 3 and 1/5, and let's say we add 2 and 2/5, basically all we do, if you wanted to think about breaking this up, we're going to add the whole numbers together first. So 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. Okay, and then we're going to add the fraction parts together. So 1/5 plus 2/5 is equal to what?
3/5.
Right, and then we just put the two together.
Done.
So the answer is 5 and 3/5.
Pretty simple.
It's very simple. All right. So what if I have 7 and a half plus 3 and 1/4? All right. Well, now we don't have the same denominator. So the first thing we need to do is get a common denominator between 2 and 4. Okay, we'll do it with the common denominator method this time. All right, so we're going to keep the 7 and the 3. They're not going to change it, and that's probably not the best place for that. Let's move it down a little bit. We'll just move it down here. Okay, so we're going to keep the 7 and the 3. And now the common denominator is what? For 2 and 4, they both go into what? 4. Right. All right. And 1/2 we're just going to write as 2/4 plus 1/4. And now we add them together. And 7 plus 3 is 10. Never forget the whole number. That's the most important part. And then 2/4 plus 1/4 is equal to 3/4. So whether you have to first get common denominators or not, the whole numbers get added together, the fractions get added together. That's basically it. Now, we could have done rule of 4. If we did rule of 4 on this, 2 times 4 would have given us 8. So again, we'd write down the 7 and the 3. The rule of 4 tells us to rewrite both of them as an 8. 2 times 1 would give me 2. And so that's what goes up here. And 4 times 1 gives me 4. That goes up here. And so I add them together, and I get 10 and 6/8, which always has to reduce to 10 and 3/4. Okay. Well, Daisy Ferris just came in, and so she's going to join us for the rest of the video. And this is actually a Course 1 video, Daisy. We're doing 4.4, and we're adding mixed numbers. So we just did mixed numbers, and I just explained that we add the whole numbers and we add the fractions. Okay? Make sense? So you remember this from last year, both of you.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move ahead. Now, there are some times where the problem comes out a little bit harder. So suppose we have something like 3 and 2/3, and we add 2 and 4/5. Oh, wait, hold on. Did I ever finish that one? Yeah, I finished it. Okay. All right, so now we don't have a common denominator. So what would the lowest common denominator be for 3 and 15? Okay, I kind of gave it away there, didn't I? Of 3 and 5, and the answer is 15. Now, the most important thing that I think Daisy will remember from Course 1 last year is you start by writing the whole numbers down. Don't forget the whole numbers. Okay, so we have 3 and something and 2 and something. Okay, so the common denominator is going to be 15. Agreed?
Yep.
All right, how many times does 3 go into 15, guys? 5. So the top 2 times 5 gives me 10? 10, right? 2 times 5? Yeah. And then down on the bottom, 5 goes into 15. This one goes in 3 times, so 4 times 3 is 12. And when I go ahead and I add these together, 3 plus 2 gives me a big whole number of 5. And on the top now, for the fraction, I get 15. 10 plus 12 is 22. All right, that's actually correct. However, I'm not supposed to have mixed numbers with improper fractions over here, right? So what I need to do is I need to rewrite this. Okay, I need to rewrite this. 15 goes into 22 how many times?
Once.
Once. Okay, and if I take 15 out of 22, I get a remainder of 7. So I just changed that improper fraction into a mixed number. And now the whole number part that I just got gets added to the 5 I already had, and I get 6 and 7/15. Does anybody remember? And Alice just joined us as well. And both Alice and Daisy, and to some extent Ben, you were in a different math class. But you guys remember what this is called? Where we get an improper fraction as part of a mixed number, and we have to reduce it down to this. Remember what that was called? It was called carrying. Just like you carry. Think about when you add things like 15 plus 17. What do? You say 5 plus 7 equals 12. You put down the 2, but you carry a 1, right? And so this is 32. Well, it's the same idea here. the 22 over 15 is really, 15 goes into 22 another whole time with 7 left over, so you get 6 and 7/15. And so this is called carrying, okay? And oftentimes when we're adding up mixed numbers, we'll have to do that at the end, okay? That's about as hard as they get. The first problem was really easy because we already had common denominators, and look, when we got down to the end, we didn't have to carry. The second one was a little harder because we did have to get common denominators, but when we get to the end, we didn't have to carry. The third one is the hardest one because we had to get common denominators and we had to do the carry step at the end. Okay, so that is really all there is to adding mixed numbers. And obviously, if you can kind of figure out the pattern here, first we add mixed numbers. So tomorrow's lesson will be to subtract mixed numbers, and that'll get a little bit dicier because then instead of carrying, we'll have to borrow. Okay. All right. So we're about out of time. I've got a class about to come in. So say goodbye, girls.
Bye.
All right. And so so we had 3 people helping with the video, all 7th graders. We had Daisy, we had Alice, and of course, the ever-present Ben. Thank you very much.
I like pizza.
All right, that was nice and random. Okay, and let me quickly, I did have a picture.
Me.
Yep, we have our newest picture of Ben. There we go. Let's put him in. And so there's Ben plus Alice and Daisy. And we're going to call it a wrap. So we'll see you in class tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching.